yous out there in the internet. I'm Charlene Delizzio, also known as Aunt Mary Pat's mother. And if you don't believe me, well then you can look at my big ass scar right above my piece of deal. The doctor said she had the widest shoulders of any baby they've ever seen. So of course she gets stuck on the way out. She goes into distress. They gotta do an emergency C-section. They don't even have time to give me a friggin' epidural. They just hand me a stack of tongue depressors and say, bite down. Those doctors really did a number on me. I swear it's the longest, widest, most jagged scar you ever saw. It's like they used the friggin' jaws of life to pry her out of me. But what are you gonna do? After all, mothers, we suffer. So of course, in plain Aunt Mary Pat fashion, she only gives me 24 hours notice that I'm gonna get all these guests coming here. Sure, it might be on the Zooms or the Facebook's Lives or whatever the hell she's using, but that barely gives me enough time to throw a wreath on the door and piss in a pot before you got here. But because it's such a special occasion, I went all out. I put on all my favorite Christmas pins. I took out the 1-inch heels, which ain't no small feat with the way my sciatic has been acting up. Oh, my nudgeta. And I even friggin' put a poinsettia in my damn hair. So be grateful. Speaking of, doesn't my hair look gorgeous? Actually, the girl that does it, Gina DeLuca, over in Alden, but I come out every time looking like a different person. Every week I tell her the same damn thing. I want the Dorothy Hamill look. I want the Dorothy Hamill look. All I ever wanted was look like that skater. And every time I come out with something different. But I tell you, where else can you get a cut in the collar for $80? Now, I didn't get a chance to get to the salon to get my nails done. You know what would really make my Christmas is if someone, perhaps a very close relative of mine, would go over to La Nails on McDade Boulevard, right across the street from where they work at the Acme, and pick me up some gift certificates. Maybe I can actually look presentable for Christmas Eve dinner. Plus, they're the only ones that really know how to cut out my ingrowns. But we'll see. I don't have my hopes up. I know you might be saying, Charlene, you look gorgeous, but how the hell you walking around in this weather with short sleeves? Well, you want to know why? I started menopause 30 years ago, and my hot flashes can still roast a chestnut. Ain't that right, Bing? So I bet all yous are so excited for Christmas, am I right? Well, guess what? I'm not. Because Christmas, it's all fun and games for the kids, the grandkids, the nieces, the nephews, but it's the grandparents who suffer. We cook the best, therefore we have to host. No matter how small our place is, or no matter how much work it is, as long as we got a pulse you can feel, we got a host. And I know you're saying, oh my God, Charlene, you should be so happy to have a family to come over and cook for, yada yada. Please, get the hell out of here. They don't help me with shit, those ungrateful brats. First of all, you gotta do the shopping. And of course I gotta go to South Philly where I'm from to get all the good ingredients. I go to the Italian market to get all my veggies. And I go to Claudio's on 9th Street to get all my stuff for the antipasto. I got my scallops. I gotta get my leech. Marinated peppers and artichokes, my pecorino romana, and the whole shebang. Then the main event, the feast of the 7 fishes. So So I gotta go to Samuel's on 13th and Tasker. You got your shrimp. And of course, I gotta make 2 damn kinds. I gotta make the shrimp cocktail. And I also gotta make the fried shrimp. And I can't just have the fried shrimp because this one has the gluten allergy. So of course, you gotta accommodate. We used to have bacala, my favorite. But of course, Mary Pat, turns out she's allergic. 7 years old, she ate a little piece, and her face blows up like the Hindenburg. So that's it for the bacala. From then on, we just had flounder, which is boring because you have it every Friday anyway. And then I make the schmelts. And I don't know why I make the schmelts because I'm the only damn one who eats them anymore. And then of course, I gotta make the stuffed calamari. And I gotta make the crabs for the crabs and the spaghetti. Let me tell you, cleaning those little shits ain't no small feat. You gotta rip out all the guts from the calamari, and then when you remove the ink sac, it gets all over your hands. And you gotta take the crabs back and rip it off and wash out all the guts. And then you gotta devein the shrimp, which is just a nice way of saying take out the poop chute. I swear to God, I dealt with less shit when my kids were babies. And then we gotta do the baking, which consists of a whole bunch of cookies that everybody expects to have every single variety. You got your butter cookies, you got your pizzelles, which you gotta stand at the iron for hours and hours. And then you gotta make the fried wandi, and you get splatters, that's more scars. And then I gotta make the biscuits, and I gotta make the chocolate chip cookies for the Metagons who come over. And of course, Mary Pat says, "Oh, why didn't you get all your stuff at Termini's?" And I'm like, "Yeah, right, Mayor. I'm just gonna stand in line for 3 hours with every Tom, Dick, and Harry just to get a friggin' box of dry-ass cookies. Please. Everything's so damn expensive. My grandson Paulie wants an iWatch. My asshole granddaughter Kelly wants an iPads or iTampons or whatever the hell the kids use these days. I tell you, I get a big bottle of my Tylenol extra strength arthritis, a bottle of Gina Tay, and I'm set. But no, you give them a little, they want the world. I swear to God. I'm getting too old for this shit. One day I'm just gonna plop right down, put on my album, The Carpenters, A Christmas Portrait, get a big glass of VO, and just slip away.